Warning: the following visual novel contains subject matter that some viewers may find sensitive and perhaps even distressing. For example, this visual novel touches upon issues of xenophobia, anti-LGBT prejudice, toxic masculinity, abusive behaviour, and also sexual assault and the trauma that it inflicts upon its victims. This does mean that certain scenes within the game will likely make many players feel uncomfortable. If you have ever been a victim of xenophobia, anti-LGBT prejudice, abuse or violence, especially including of a sexual nature, then please be aware of this before you watch this playthrough. And please rest assured that the words and actions of certain characters within this visual novel should not be taken to reflect the views of either myself as a Let's Player or of the devs who made the game. For full disclosure, I am a supporter of LGBT rights. I am a supporter of challenging and tackling xenophobia and prejudice of any kind, and I am also well aware of the trauma suffered by victims of violence and abuse, and the need to therefore treat them with sympathy and support. The General Red Strategist channel is meant to be a safe space where people of all walks of life can come and enjoy my content. Thank you for listening to this. I just wanted to make this clear, as I felt that some of the issues touched upon in this visual novel could be shocking for some. Oh god, don't kill Mark. Vadim, get up. Wake the fuck up. Andre was trying to wake up Vadim. I'm sleeping. Sleeping? Are you serious? Wake up, you've already overslept everything. I didn't. Fuck off. Yeah, then tell me where Mark is. Oh. See, I was worried for a second there that they were going to try and kill Mark in the middle of the night. Oh boy, did he go? Now it's interesting. Now it's interesting. Vadim also... Oh, that's not dialogue. Okay, Vadim also realised that it had gone south, so he sprang up and began to rub his eyes. Has anyone woken up at night? Slept like a baby. No one else responded. I see, this asshole put some kind of sleeping pills in our food. Get up everyone, let's go look for him. Why? Andre was taken aback. What do you mean? Why do we need to look for him? How far will he go without food? We ate the stew, there were no other cans in his backpack. He stole the food we had left. Okay, it will be enough for at most 1 or 2 days. What's next? We don't know where he went, or where to look for him. Why should we waste time and effort on him? Let him wander. What shall we do then? Move to the bunker, of course. What if he's already there? Then we will catch him. And what if he locked himself there? Elisa sighed irritably. So we'll check it out. There is food and medicine in the bunker, judging by the fact that he found sleeping pills somewhere. You can search for Mark all you want, but I'm going to the bunker. Hearing about the medications, Elisa perked up. Yes, please, let's go to the bunker. Vera feels very bad. The rest of the wounded are not much better. They need to take medicines as soon as possible. Andre gave up. Now let's go faster. Maybe we'll be able to catch him. I agree. I got up and immediately felt some discomfort. It's like a stone got into my shoe. What are we going to do with the wounded? This question took everyone by surprise. We can't carry them. We need to go faster to try to catch Mark. We shouldn't carry them anyway. They may get worse. I suggest we do like this. We go to the bunker, check if everything is fine there, and then return to the plane with medicines. Then, when the wounded feel better, we can try to move them to the bunker. Yeah, let's do that. In this case, I'll stay with them while you're exploring the bunker. I'm not able to walk right now. I'm feeling exhausted. I want to stay too. Me too. Oh god, so who's going here? All the people who basically might potentially be a problem? I don't see any point in staying here anymore. Let the weak and the compassionate stay. Vicha, Mitrik and Vadim were also ready to go. Andre turned to Boria. You're coming with us. If not, then your girl. I made a detour last time while looking for the cave, so one of you should show me the shortest way. Those who went to the bunker with Mark should also know the way. Anyway, I don't mind going with you. Then let's go. There's still a chance to catch him. What medication should we bring, by the way? All that you can find, and take a bag with you to bring food. Alright, let's go. Nastya and Boria hugged goodbye. It looked very dramatic, as if they were planning to not see each other again. Hurry up. Boria finally got off Nastya and joined the others. A minute later they left the plane and headed towards the cave. When Andre and his companions got far enough away, I decided to check my shoes. I went out of the plane, took off my right shoe and shook it. Crumpled paper fell out of it, as I thought. I unfolded it and began reading. Mark, did you leave a message? Yes. I hope you slept well. I'm sorry I didn't warn you about the sleeping pills. There was no way to do it. Thank you for believing me. I'm not a murderer. On the contrary, I tried to save Kira, but I failed. Screwed up as always. So she is actually dead? Oh my god, what happened? Did she kill herself? Now the only thing left for me is to try to take revenge on Andre and Vadim, and I will do everything to accomplish that. I lied about the recordings. I was forced to do this because most of the group believed Andre, so I was able to buy myself time to collect evidence, or at least prepare revenge. I assume that the bunker goes all the way through, and it has a second entrance. That's what I'll be looking for. So hold on, Nick. I respect you for your intelligence and courage, and I will definitely come back to help you. Mark. Seemed pointless to me. What evidence does he want to gather? How is he going to take revenge? However, I didn't want to judge Mark. I couldn't imagine what I would do in his place. Nick, what are you reading? I did not notice how Tonya approached me from behind. Should I tell her about the note? I'm going to take another save. Ugh. Page 3. Tonya. You know what, Tonya? You were getting close to Kira. And so far you haven't done anything to make me doubt you. So, you know what? I'm going to trust you. I silently handed her the note. She swiftly read it. Do you trust him? I do. I have some doubts, but I still trust him. He seems much more trustworthy to me than Andre in any case. Tonya thought for a moment and then spoke. You know, this escape seems suspicious to me, but I believe him too. It was unexpected. I felt relieved. Andre seems to be vile and dishonest. It's probably a woman's intuition. She noticed my sarcastic look. Yeah, yes, you can make fun of me if you want. I don't see any rational reason to believe one of them and not believe the other, but somehow I'm sure Mark isn't a person who's capable of murder. And Andre is, sorry, I just burped then. Good lord. Thank you. Let's keep an eye on Andre then. Sure, and we'll look for Kira together. She may be alive. She patted my cheek. It pissed me off, but I decided to keep quiet. You can't quarrel with one of the few allies over such nonsense. Yes, Nick, that's a good point. At least you've got a level head. Don't start disagreeing with people over tiny little things like that. Okay, I'm returning to the plane. I just want to make sure you're okay. Okay, don't worry, I'll be back soon. Tonya went to the plane, and I decided to move a little further away. I wanted to reread the note and not get caught by someone else. Finally, I stopped next to the trees. One of them once gave me a big branch. It seemed like an eternity ago. I reached into my pocket to pull out the note and reread it in search of hidden clues that Mark might have left me, but was distracted by the sound. I think it was the crunch of branches. Oh, son of a bitch. Nick. Oh, it's that thing. Okay, God, I was worried for a second it was going to be fucking Andre or Vadim who was going to come across him and find the note. There's a small furry beast in front of me. It didn't look like any animal I've ever seen. The creature seemed strange but not dangerous. I would even call it cute. Are you really as cute as you seem at first glance? Hearing my voice, the creature pricked up its ears even, sorry. I rummaged in the pockets of my jacket and picked up some crumbs. Here, help yourself. My new acquaintance slowly approached me, sniffed my hand and then licked it with his hot tongue. Do you like it? Sorry, dude, I don't have any more. He sat down and began to look at me with the look of a puppy trying to get a treat from the owner. Wait here, okay? I'll be right there. I ran towards the plane. The animal remained seated, watching me curiously. A couple of minutes later, I reached the plane. Girls, come with me. I'll show you something really cool. Is it urgent? Right now I'm busy with... That's not an Australian accent at all. What am I doing? Of course it's urgent. Come on, let's run. I really hope that the beast did not run away. If it did, then they may not believe that I saw him. When we got to the forest, I slowed down. The others followed my example. Don't scare it off. Whom? You'll see. I was lucky. The animal was sitting where I left it. When it saw that I wasn't alone, it backed away in fright. So cute. Did you find it here? Yep. You can say that I've already tamed it. I wish I had something to feed him. I seem to have something in my pockets. Let me check. See? Oh. Did you hear that sound? Where? There. We looked towards the probable source of the noise. Fuck, it's an avalanche! I was mesmerised by the wave of snow coming in our direction. Hey, move! Hide behind the trees! Wow, that was unexpected. I recovered from the initial shock. We can't all hide behind one tree, so I decided to leave the nearest trees to the girls, and ran to the one that was a little further away. Nastya also found a tree, but Lisa continued to stand in a daze. Lisa! The avalanche is coming their way. Whose way? The wounded. We can't leave them. Shut up and hide behind the tree. Is this really going to protect you? This doesn't look safe. Okay, hold on. Just need to jump cut a second. Sorry, I know I've been jump cutting a lot. It's just I need to, check that my phone's charged. Alright, back in. Sorry, just checking my phone and all that, because I put it on charge. Tonya grabbed Lisa's hand and pulled her towards the nearest tree. At the same moment I heard someone whining. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about you. Jump, fast! Oh, it's on your back now, is it? I reached out and the creature, realising what it should do, jumped on me. It Managed at the very last second. The avalanche with a deafening roar rushed past us. Soon the roar was replaced by ringing in the ears. I took the animal off my shoulders. It was trembling. The avalanche had clearly scared it, so as I put it on the ground it ran away. When the ringing in my ears passed, I heard Lisa crying. She was saying something and her words were mixed with sobs. The plane's been buried, hasn't it? Everyone on there's probably dead. We shouldn't have left them. They died because of us. First Kira, now them. Why are we being punished? Why? We aren't being punished, Lisa. Tragedies happen, no one is safe, and there's nothing we could do. Suddenly Lisa stopped crying. Let's just say Tonya's, not Tony's. Tonya's words affected her. They may be alive. We exchanged glances. Everyone except Lisa understood perfectly well that the probability that someone in the plane could survive was approximately 0. Let's go. Lisa hurried towards the plane and we followed her in silence. Come on guys, help. Move, help me dig it out. Let's try. We started shoveling snow with our hands. I don't think it's going to work. Borea. Here we go, next chapter. Oh boy. I'm sure that no one can hear us, sweetie. They can. Look how close they are. They can't. If they did, they would have asked us to shut up long ago. They do, just don't want to say. Yeah, sure, they're also humble and polite. I'm sure that Vadim would tell us to shut up if he heard anything. I think Vadim doesn't hear us because he's far away, but Lisa, for example, definitely hears us. Listen, Vitya snores so loudly that they can't hear any sounds except his snoring. Where's Vitya at the moment? We've not actually seen him for a while. At least his sprite, anyway. They can. They can't. They can. Our whispers were getting louder and I realised that even if they hadn't heard us, now they would. Fine, we'll try to be quiet. I'm not sure I can be quiet. It's possible I'd scream at the worst possible moment. Then bite something so you can keep your mouth shut. Like what? Well, some cloth maybe, or my belt for example. Nastya winced. I'm sure it tastes awful. Damn, you're so capricious. I pushed her off me and turned away. Hey, what are you doing? Nastya hugged me from behind. She really didn't like when I acted offended, even jokingly. I learned how to use it. Nothing, let's sleep. Borea, come closer, don't be mad. You said no in the cave too, so it's not about people now, you just don't want it, so you're making up excuses. Let's go to sleep. She let go of me and lay down on her back. Of course she wasn't going to sleep. I really want it actually. Just in the cave it was cold, and now we're sharing a room with 9 other people. Let's go to another one then. Another one? Yeah, in front of this room there's another one, it's open too. But it can be dangerous there. There are just some lockers, tables and old papers. But this is where Kira disappeared. According to this logic, we shouldn't have come here at all. When is this happening? Huh. At least we're not alone in this room. I'm afraid to go there. All these sounds, footprints, we can't just ignore them. I had no counter-arguments against the last phrase, so I decided to use a proven method. In short, everything is clear with you. More excuses, just to say no. Borea, stop it. Fine, let's go. For a couple of seconds I couldn't believe that I'd succeeded. It's not that the victory was easy, but her last words still caught me by surprise. Really? Really, let's go. She was still hesitating, but she definitely liked the idea. We kissed. Let's go to that room. Yes, I think it will be comfortable there. It will. I noticed a table when we were there. It's big enough. What are you two up to here? Some hanky-panky going on? Some rumpy-pumpy? Something a little bit like that? Do I understand correctly that you've been teasing me all this time? Meanwhile you've been thinking about it from the time we arrived here? Nastya let out a low chuckle. Well, not exactly. I wasn't sure about it till now, but I immediately thought about it when we visited the room. Wow. Holding hands, we silently moved towards the door. Probably what we were doing now was crazy, but since the crash my sense of self-preservation has weakened. Is it okay if we let the door open? Yeah, but it's important that we get back before anyone wakes up. Will we? Probably. It's not going to take long. But on second thought, Nastya giggled. We went out into the corridor, then entered the room and turned on the light. I don't trust it. I feel like something's going to happen to him. Here is the room, north of the table I was talking about. Cool. Won't it break? Of course not. Put one hand on her waist and the other on her chest and gently pushed her towards the table. Nastya took 2 slow steps back. I want you. I've been wanting for this moment for so long. Me too. Nastya sat down on the table and pulled me closer. I love you. I love you too. I couldn't unbutton her skirt for a long time. Forget it. Better take off my tights. I followed her advice. With tights it was much easier. Borea, don't rush it. Perhaps I acted too harshly. But I've been waiting for this so long. She didn't argue, but I tried to be more gentle anyway. Finally, she had nothing left at the bottom but her skirt. I noticed that she was unshaved there. She caught me watching. Is it okay? Of course. Even before the crash, it wouldn't have been important to me, and now I simply didn't care at all. I knelt down. The floor in this room was not as cold as in the previous one, and it raised my mood even more. Do it. Please, do it. God, we're getting some right raunchy action here, aren't we? She put her hands on the back of my head and softly pushed me towards her. Well, like Jon Snow and that spear wife. Okay. Yeah, now's the time to talk about Game of Thrones, Borea. Ygritte. Right. When I touched her with my tongue, she threw back her head, as she had warned, moaned loudly. Do you want to know a little fun fact? Moaning is actually something that a lot of women do not do when they have orgasm. That's a myth perpetuated, I think, by bloody Hollywood and pornography. Yeah, basically there are scientific papers that show that a woman who doesn't moan isn't necessarily not having an orgasm, and in fact, many women don't moan when they orgasm. So, the more you know, ladies and gentlemen. Aren't you tired? At least half an hour has passed since we entered the room. During this time, Nastya and I tried out several poses and settled on one of the most tiresome. A little. She probably noticed it by the fact that my movements became slower. Want me on top then? Yeah, let's try. Just... what's wrong? Didn't you hear any sounds a couple of minutes ago? Uh-oh. Okay, that's maybe the time to stop coitus and maybe, get dressed again and perhaps go somewhere safe. Try to remember. I don't think so. Maybe I was too involved in the process. Maybe it was just my imagination. No, it's not. Do not say that. Then what kind of sounds did you hear? I don't know how to describe it. Like footsteps, but too cautious and quiet. Like children's. Maybe one of the guys woke up? I hope you just imagined it. Yeah, probably. Let's close the door just in case. Good idea, so he definitely won't be interrupted. Well, I closed the door and came back. Nastya climbed up on the table. I don't like the fact also in this room that there are two large ducts with big open vents. By the looks of it, on either side of the ceiling there, you can see them. Top of the screen. Now lie down. Her horny look pushed everything else away from my mind. Come to me. I lay down, and Nastya rode me, not rided me. She leaned slightly in my direction, put her hands on my chest, and began to move. I was aroused by the expression on her face and the way she touched me with her hands. Nastya clearly enjoyed the process. I decided to follow her example and close my eyes. Borea, I'm on the edge. And you? Me too. Suddenly a loud moan stopped. There was a brief silence in the room, which was soon interrupted by a sound midway between a groan and a scream. Hearing him, I opened my eyes. I let out a scream. I've never felt so scared and disgusted. Unable to do anything, I kept screaming. Chom, chom? Spooky violins in the background. The monster turned in my direction and uttered something that sounded like a question. This sound brought me out of my stupor. I pushed Nastya's body off of me and, trying not to think about it yet, crawled towards the door. Chum chum? Whoa! Okay. First time I've actually seen a beast. Oh, God. The creature grabbed my leg with one of its claws. It seemed to ask, where are you going? These questions made the monster sound sentient, so I made an attempt to speak with it. Please let me go. I'm not going to hurt you. We'll just leave your room, or even the cave. I won't come here anymore. Just let me go. Chum chum? Chum chum? Its intonation had changed a little, and now it sounded impatient. It knocked me to the ground and slowly crawled over my body to my face. I tried to fight back, but it was holding me too tightly with its claws. Somebody help me! Please help! Help! The monster slowly but decisively crawled up. Save me! Somebody save me! Nastya, are you alright? Is she already dead? Because he said just pushed her body off me. Is she literally already dead? Oh God, it's Vitya. Borea, what happened there? Vitya, help me, please, do something! The door is closed, bruh. Can't you reach and open it? The unexpected help gave me strength. I tried to free myself from the creature's grip and jumped to the door, but I fell a little short. The monster, who did not expect such resistance from me, the monster did not expect such resistance from me, so I was able to get a decent distance away from it. However, after a second it got back in control. Pulling me closer, the monster hit me in the shoulder with its sharp claw, as if in punishment for my offence. I felt almost no pain. Booyah, what the fuck is going on there? I decided to make one more try. Leaning forward, I extended my arm and grabbed the round handle of the door. All this time, Vitya was trying to knock the door out. Okay, now I'm thinking that maybe Kira hasn't killed herself. She's been killed by a monster, hasn't she? Chum chum. The monster loomed over my face. His new question sounded much more ferocious. With all the strength left, I tried to open the door, but I failed. Chum chum. Oh, what are these weird vocalizations it's making? At the same moment, the creature raised its claw over me. A second later, a blow to my throat followed. Jesus! And that's it! That's the first episode! Second and third episodes to be released in December 2022. Wishlist DLC in Steam. Holy shit! He's going to leave it on a complete cliffhanger. Oh my. So, we're not going to find any resolution to the conflict between Andre and Mark yet. What's Vitya going to do? Is Nastya okay, or is she already dead? Has Kira already been killed by one of the monsters? We have so many fucking questions. Holy crap. That was... You know, it clearly, you know, the artworks obviously weren't quite as good as some visual novels that we've seen here on the General Red Strategist channel, but, you know, graphics aren't everything in a game. That was really tense, and it gripped me. It really kept my engagement, that. It really did. Hold on, I'm kind of curious if this takes me back to the main menu or not. Let me just jump cut in case it actually exits from the game. Okay, fortunately, it took me back here. That's good. Right, so, my god, some summarising thoughts on that. That was quite something. Now, obviously this is not for the faint-hearted, this one, because this has really dealt with and touched on some quite sensitive and potentially quite triggering topics. Obviously, like, there was the political discussion earlier, which, you know, is topical at the moment. What with obviously everything that's going on in Europe, with Ukraine, and with the fact that, of course, you know, there are elements of Russian media, state-owned media, that do push some very basically bullshit narratives about other countries. And, you know, the game touched on that, and I'm kind of glad that it didn't just let those go unchallenged. I'm glad that there were characters there who did challenge it, who said, no, hang on, this is ridiculous. What are you talking about? So I'm glad of that, because if it had kind of left it without challenging it, I feel like that would have been a bit problematic. And also, of course, the other issues which this deals with, which are, you know, potentially triggering, are, you know, the whole rape scene, well, you know, rape, sexual assault scene, whatever you want to call it, with Kira, and of course, the revelation about Andre being a murderer, and all that, and just, you know, that theme of, that underlying current of rape and sexual assault victims fearing what will happen if they speak out, being so shamed that the perpetrators of the crime basically get away with it, which is, you know, one of the biggest tragedies in real life. So man, that was really quite something. I got very invested into some of the characters in that. Now admittedly, you know, some of the written text, obviously the English wasn't perfect, but generally it was understandable. I knew what the characters were trying to say, so that's good. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably keep my eyes peeled then for episodes 2 and 3 for when they come out, but obviously that won't be till December, so that's not going to be for a while. So there you go, everyone. I don't know how many episodes this is going to be. I'll have to tot up the footage in total, because I've just been playing it right through from start to finish. But, you know, I'll probably split it down into shorter episodes, however many that'll be. So I hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. And like I say, I'll probably put disclaimers at the start of the videos just to say that this game does touch on sensitive themes. So that way, you know, people are aware of that. I'll make an actual note of it when I quit out of here so I don't actually forget. Well, there you go. So, yeah, I'll probably keep my eyes peeled, like I say, for the next episodes. Because I need to know how this is going to finish. I need to know what happens next. So, Facebook and links down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. If anyone enjoyed, you know, a like's always appreciated. But other than that, this is General Red signing off. Goodbye, everybody.
Go this way this time. Let's go. Oh, no. How did the dinosaurs survive that friggin'... Oh god. Run, 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 run. He's coming. Lighter, this way. Oh, what the... Oh no, that's the way. Lighter, this way. Oh my god, there's a load of friggin' dead bodies here. Oh my god. Run, 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 run. Go on, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Ah. Holy crap! Jesus! Whoa, whoa, whoa!